Pain. I'm Dave, and that's Kenny.
What it is, what it do, what it is, what it isn't. What up?
What's up? So we have plenty to talk about. I was like coming into this week, I was like, we're gonna be like trying to figure out what to talk about. There's not a lot of shit going on. No, that's not true. Plenty going on. And obviously today it's Tuesday, and today was NFL franchise tag day. It was the deadline.
Did you
And
know that the Eagles haven't used one in 15 years?
yeah, I was talking to Lou today, and he's like, I'll give you $100 if you could name the last dude who got a franchise tag
Oh my
in
god.
Philly. And I was like, man, that's tough. I took a stab and I was wrong. What do you
Ricky
think?
Waters.
No, it was more recent than that.
What position?
Wide receiver.
Oh my god. Did they Reggie Brown?
No.
Todd Pinkston.
No. You ready to give up? 2012.
See that that's 15 years ago?
No, man. What kind of math are you doing?
Jake was wrong.
2012.
I know Jake said 15 years, so I just went with it.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, no, 2012. You want to guess?
Yeah, I do. Wide receiver 2012. Holy shit. Bro,
I didn't know the year, so I just threw out a guess, and I guessed Jeremiah Trotter. But it's obviously
a
not. That's not the answer.
linebacker?
It's not the answer. That's not the answer.
All right, I gotta quit. I don't have any idea. Oh, Jeremy
The
Macklin.
answer. Oh, so close. No,
Damn, who?
it is that Deshaun Jackson,
Yeah. Why?
D-Jack.
I think people forget how good he was, though.
Oh, I mean, it was. I'll tell you what. I don't know. I don't know if we've seen anybody track a ball like him. I mean, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill reminds me of him as far as like the way that he tracks the ball.
I just wish he would have just stayed healthy.
Yeah,
Not
that's the knock, right?
not even like on an Eagle standpoint, but he's just so electric. Like it was whenever you had him in fantasy, it was like really good, really good, really good, bust, bust. And then you're like, oh my god, I can't start him. And then it'd be really good, really good, really good. It was like every 3 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. And he had, some stuff going on the outskirts. I
The
don't really know
guns.
what. I don't know. Yeah, he had a gun, right, or something.
Chip Kelly's just was looking to get rid of anyone and everything. I'm smarter
Yeah,
than Howie Roseman. It's 9/11. Make a
yeah.
wish.
Uh,
I wish this
uh.
baby furniture would build itself.
Yeah, it's not quite how it works, right?
No.
So yeah, Deshaun Jackson. So a lot of stipulations coming into today. A lot of thoughts, maybe that the Eagles would franchise tag CJ GJ.
There's no way.
They did. They did not.
Why would they?
Um.
There's no. So you franchise them and then you what? You have another year to give them even more money?
Well, no. I mean, in my opinion, and I don't know. I don't have any data to back this up. But in my opinion, if you franchise tag a guy, you don't want him anymore.
Really?
Long term.
I mean, I guess, but like,
In
there's
my
no
opinion,
reason you
yeah. Like I don't
can't.
have any, and I don't have any data on that. But
I find it interesting because, like, I feel like, well, CJ GJ is the perfect example. Like, you guys, you're trying to figure out, trying to figure out, trying to figure out. Well,
okay,
let's guarantee he plays one more year for us, right? And then let's get him signed up long term.
if he fits the system and if you like him.
Yeah, but the problem becomes, um, the value goes up, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
So then now you're in this like you really are just better to fucking figure it out. This is why the Cowboys are so fucking bad. They've used the franchise tag the last 6 years, and then that player, I guess, inevitably walks. So
I
maybe
don't
you are
know.
right.
I'm just thinking back on it, and I don't need. I tried to find the data today. I can't really find it. It's hard to kind of search this. But I just feel like whenever you're gonna franchise tag a guy, first of all, it's kind of like a slap in the face because you're basically saying, nah, dude, you're not worth, 3 years at 40 million. But I'll tell you what, we'll give you 15 for 1 year. And if you die on the field, sorry. You know what I mean?
And they have
And
to
not to
play
say
under it, right?
I don't know about that either.
I think you have to.
I mean, technically they have to play on their contracts and they fucking don't.
I
Right?
think I don't. Well, if they franchise tag you and you don't play, you don't get paid, right?
Right, but that's how their contracts work too.
But I'm saying, like, what are they going to sit out a season?
I mean, people have done it.
I know, but like Tyreek Hill, no, or not. Who just got franchised? Oh, Tony Pollard. Is he going to sit out?
I mean, there's no way.
And like you're trying to get signed, so you need another year. You know what I'm trying to say? But then you could tear your ACL. It's a very interesting thing that has come across the board. I always thought it was a good thing.
Really? Why did you think is a good thing? Because I've always looked at the franchise tag as like a black cloud, um, you know, afterthought, don't want to give you the money type of thing. So like why do you look at it as a positive?
Like we can't come to a deal right now, but we're gonna work on it, and we want you to play for us this year on this contract, which is fair money, good money. Maybe not what you believe you deserve, but it's close. I mean, if you're CJGJ, you're looking for what 13 million? Is that what you said?
Right. And if you're but he wants that money. No, 16 is what I heard.
So
But
we're.
he wants that money long term though, on multiple years, not for one.
I get it. So I'm saying like, okay, we'll go back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have a whole year to figure it out. I see both points. I really
And
do.
also the franchise tag money needs to be refigured out because the NFL 1,000,000% incentivizes teams to franchise tag a running back. And you're going to start seeing it way more because running backs are, like we talked about last week, basically a, commodity item. So if they come and go, it's you can replace it with the same thing.
In the last
It's
10 years, a running back over $2.5 million has not won the Super Bowl.
correct. And who was the last one?
What over?
Yeah,
I think Cam Akers with the Rams was pretty fucking close.
I think that was
But
the
like
one.
I was looking, what I was blown away by, and I'll try to find it real quick. I think you sent it to me right privately.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, what? That's bullshit. Anyway, Ray
I think
Rice.
Leonard Fournette was at 2 million.
Yeah, well,
There,
the LeGarrette Blunt.
nobody really over 2 million.
LeGarrette Blunt's funny to me. It's 730, 900.
Why did LeGarrette Blunt never get paid? Is it just because he like punches people?
I mean, it's fair.
The dude could run the ball. He was a wrecking ball.
I think he got paid originally, and then he was just taking team-friendly deals to win Super Bowls. I really do.
I mean, it's fucking genius move, I guess, if you want a legacy.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Super Bowls is better than instead of having $40 million, you have 38. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
oh, and your list is much older too. You're missing the key points after Leonard. I'm pretty sure Cam Akers.
Yeah, we're only missing 2 years on this list. This list goes to 2020.
Oh, and Isaac Pacheco, he's like $785.
Yeah, but but that's okay. So that's getting into some gray area, right? Because he wasn't the starter.
Starter for the Super Bowl game.
Okay, so that's what the list is. Okay.
Yeah, and honestly though, like, let's not say Hilaire's making more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he was on a low team-friendly contract. The running back position, as we know it, is dead because
correct.
There's I can't believe I'm gonna name drop this fucking guy. There's no OJ Simpson, right? There's no Barry Sanders. There's not just one or two guys tearing up the fucking league, rushing for X amount of yards. Now there's at least 12 running backs that were over 1K. And yes, of course, you can crucify it all you want because of the extra game, but it doesn't matter. It's dead. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So that's why I'm big time fan.
So listen to this. Listen to this. You can franchise tag a running back. Now, this is according to
10 million.
Pro Football Focus. You can franchise tag a running back for 10 million.
Yeah.
That's too low. You're telling me a running back is 10 million, but a linebacker is 21? 21 million for a linebacker?
No, they're important. Outside.
Seriously. Okay, so this list proves then that a running back's not important.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I get an argument from me. Outside of Dallas Cowboys, because they're just fucking dumb.
It's not, hold on. Let me pause. It's not that they're not important. I'm saying that there are other positions that are more important.
Dave, they're the least most important position on the entire football field.
As far as dollars goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. But
yeah,
because there's so many of them.
Well, I mean, there's so many linebackers. There's so many wide receivers.
If you had the option of signing this is crazy, and I'm going this way. And
I can't. Are you going to say punter?
Yes.
Come on, man.
If you had the option of signing an elite, guaranteed top 3 punter, right?
Stop it.
Or a top 3 rusher, I'm taking the punter. Look, it happened to the Eagles. It literally happened to the Eagles. Miles Sanders was non-existent. It was done. He didn't do shit. And the punter cost us the Super Bowl, along with other plethora of fucking things that went wrong.
He was part of it. He was part of it for sure.
Big time. So, not having a reliable punter bit the Eagles in the asshole. If you had a punter that boomed that punt, got that shit down, coffin corner would be an impressive punt. That'd be 100 yards. But if you got a punter that can get it to the opposite
coffin corner from your own 15.
Yeah, can you imagine just fucking piss missile?
Boom!
But if you have
fucking
a
Randall Cunningham punt.
If you can get a punter to get it to their 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
It changes everything. It does. I don't care what anyone
says. Where's Jeff Eagles when you need him? So anyway, the franchise tag almost is dictating yo, NFL, the running back position is not that valuable. So, if you don't really want to pay the guy, but you want to keep him, Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, hey, why don't you just franchise
Did they tag him officially?
Well, let's see. I have the PFF list, and is he on it? Yes.
Really?
So the list, let's run it down. You got the Ravens who tagged Lamar Jackson.
Wait, hold on before you do this.
Okay.
Real tough question.
All right.
Although I know where I'm leaning. Tony Pollard or Saquon Barkley, both are getting 10 million, right? So who do you want for 1 year?
Well, you don't really have that choice though. It's not like that.
It is today.
You're just saying in a vacuum,
Yeah. Not, just you're doing a fantasy draft. You have $10 million left on your Madden team. You can have Tony Pollard or Saquon Barkley. You don't have another running back though. You know what I mean? This is it.
Tony Pollard.
I'm with you 100%. Just the pass catching ability on the outside is just enough for me to go him over Saquon.
Tony Pollard is more versatile and he's healthier.
And he's fucking good at football, man.
He's good. Listen, dude, the only reason why they're not paying him is because they have another fucking lead weight that they're sinking to the bottom of the ocean with next to him.
Wow.
Which might be one of the worst running back contracts in the history of the NFL.
You know what happened? You can thank the Eagles for this. You want to know why? You're not ready for me to dig this up.
What?
I'm a firm believer that Jerry Jones really liked DeMarco Murray, right? So then the Eagles came in, snagged him, right? And they were like,
awesome. He was awesome, by the way.
It was not for us.
Well, I know.
And then Jerry Jones was like, by golly gosh, I'm never going to let another running back leave me.
Yeehaw!
So then he fucking signed him. I firmly believe he is so envious of the Eagles. I love it personally. But I know that motherfucker stays up late at night and just scratches his scabs off his rotting skin. And he's like, the fucking Eagles. Like Mr. fucking, what is it,
He's like
Smithers?
Burns. He's like,
Yeah.
Smithers. Excellent.
So anyway, I had
Dak just broke his other ankle. Excellent.
Put Tony Pollard in. We got
Can
him.
he play
We got
quarterback?
him for
also?
1 year and $10 million. Let's ruin his body.
Can he play quarterback also? And how about throws the ball to himself?
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, read the
So yes, Lamar Jackson. He got the tag from the Ravens.
Which is a wonky fucking tag.
$32.4 million. And it's the non-exclusive kind. So that means that he can seek out deals. And if a team decides that they want to sign him,
this is Shea Weber to the Flyers all over again,
right? If a team decides they want to sign him, the Ravens have a chance to match. If they don't match and he signs somewhere else, they give up 2 first-round picks.
What can they pick the year? Like, can they do like 2050?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of stipulations. I don't really know. Wait, here. Okay, so he says, for example, if it was the Detroit Lions, they would not send number 6 and number 18 pick from this year, but number 18 from this year and their first rounder in 24. So if you have
their first round pick this year and next year's, whatever team it is.
Correct.
Because it would be funny as shit if they could just be like, 2050, we'll give you a first round. And then, like, the Ravens disappear. They're no longer in Baltimore. They don't get the draft pick. They never get anything out of it.
Can you imagine? I mean, I looked at his stats today, and I felt like, I don't know. I mean, I felt like he was injured more than I realized. He's not. He's not injury prone.
Yeah, he's only last year, right?
This year too, but I think they basically shut him down because they were like,
year.
fuck. Oh,
right.
That's so you're gonna say last year, as in the year that just happened?
Yeah, wouldn't anyone?
My God, I hate that. Fine. Last year.
What do you mean? The season's literally over. We're franchise tagging people. It's the new year.
Okay, so last season.
Thank you.
He got that knee injury and they shut him down. I don't know.
I feel like they kind of rushed him a little bit too. Like, I feel like he got hurt and they were like, "You're fine. You're fine. Let's put some tape on it."
I don't know, man. It's just weird. Like, he's good. I don't think he's done. I don't think he's washed. Like,
he's 27.
So why are you letting him go? It's weird, dude.
Because the Ravens and Art Modell, bet you didn't think I was gonna get that ownership, right? He does not value the quarterback. He won a fucking Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. Like, the fuck out of here.
Well, he values the defense. I guess, right?
Exactly. And he's not wrong. Again, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
So here we are.
Terry Collins went to the fucking Super Bowl.
Here we are bashing the Ravens, but when like a couple weeks ago we were like, show me a quarterback that makes $50 million that can win a Super Bowl, and it had never happened before until it just happened, right?
Yeah.
So now you look at it and you're like, okay, if you sign a quarterback to that kind of deal, he needs to be a transcending player that literally makes everyone around him good, or you don't win the Super Bowl. That's it. It's literally that.
I'm expecting a lean year this coming up year.
Oh, this is a 9 or 10 win year.
Yeah, try to piece back together. Hope you get lightning in a bottle.
Like, try to get into the playoffs or something, and then maybe make something happen.
He's got 2 more years left in him. So
my Lord.
Gonna play this one out, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Probably losing the divisional, right? I'm making this all up. And then I think he comes back that following year.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'm sure when you look at the schedule, like in June, you're gonna be like,
11
wins, 11-6. No way they lose. No way they lose more than 6.
I mean, honestly, though, Dave, the whole offense is back.
the offense is going to be fucking lethal, and that's something.
And potentially better because they could surprise everyone and draft fucking the dude out of Texas.
Dijon.
Yeah.
We're calling him Dijon. I know we know that his name is Bijan.
Yeah, everyone fucking chill.
Everybody
fucking
calm down. Everybody
cocks.
calm down. So, all right, let's keep going through this list, right? So, Lamar Jackson. The two running backs that were tagged, Tony Pollard, we all know. And I'm sorry, there was three. Saquon Barkley
And Josh Jacobs.
and Josh Jacobs.
Which in your scenario is 100% accurate, where they're like, we don't value you, fuck you, with Josh Jacobs, right?
I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's that diabolical. I'm just saying,
I mean,
like,
it literally is what you said.
in that scenario, it probably is. Because the Raiders are obviously in a weird.
Bro, they said week 2 they weren't re-signing him. Week 2.
It's weird.
That's like crazy shit. And now Mark Davis shaved his fucking head off. He looks like he's gonna I'd fuck him.
I mean, he needs the bowl back. He needs the bowl cut back. We should start a GoFundMe or something to like get him a wig.
I would do anything to have a bowl cut. Any hair would be a luxury at this point.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on up there. Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
And you know what's the worst part is? My hair, choo choo. My hair is receding upwards on the back.
Really? You're losing the back and side too?
Oh yeah, it's fucking toasted, bro.
Wow, dude,
Yeah,
you
like
might as well
this-
just shave your entire fucking head.
See this? This used to come out to here.
So Kenny's pointing at like his side hairline,
His
like
temple.
near his ear.
That's all
Yeah,
the way back
temple.
to my sideburns. And then right here, if you look back here,
his low neckline is like halfway up his head.
yeah, it's receding. It's just kind of receding. It's like tides coming in and out. It's like both of them are gone.
You're doomed. You're doomed.
I don't give a fuck. I wish it would just all fucking fall out. I don't want to fucking deal with it.
Well, then you wouldn't have to shave it and all that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. So those are the three running backs, and then you got
Jacob would have looked nice.
I know, but he's going to command a lot of money when he hits the market.
Miles Sanders, right? So like and you're getting the same guy. You're getting the same fucking guy.
So why don't you tag Sanders then if it only costs you $10 million?
I think they're so. All right, we'll go into that. Hold that.
Okay.
I don't have an idea, but I have a theory.
All right. So the next guy was Evan Ingram from the Jags.
Which is weird. They can't get a deal for that guy.
It's also weird that they can't draft that fucking stud tight end.
You know what? He looks slow. I mean, he looks slow.
Yeah, no, he's not fast. He's not.
So
fast.
you're just gonna get the little shallow, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Like if you had that guy, we're talking about the tight end out of Georgia, right?
Yeah.
If you have that guy and Gotti, that's
so what? Hold on, let me get through this franchise list, and there's only one more guy, and then we're going to talk about the tight end. So the other guy at a whopping tag value of $18.9 million is Deron Payne from the football team, or Darren. How I think it's Deron. Not.
He's good. Is he? Just fucking sign him. I don't get it.
Yo, what did you do to your microphone? Did you unplug your thing?
You know what? Hello?
Unplug it and replug it back in.
Oh. The Terrier struck.
This is what happens when you do it live.
The Terrier ripped everything out.
Oh, my Lord.
How about now?
Nope. Unplug it. Put it back in.
It, bitch.
Check the mic setting at the bottom of the screen, Kenny.
This is how every beginning of every podcast.
What a fucking train wreck.
It's showing up, but it won't let me click it now.
Okay, leave and come back.
All right, it was real.
Okay. So while Kenny figures his shit out.
Wait, I don't know
Fucking,
how to leave.
it's the fucking red hang up button at the bottom.
Oh,
It says
yeah.
leave studio. How does anyone listen to this podcast?
I know it's impressive. All right, go.
Um. Okay. So. Yeah. So the Payne, he was their best. He was their best defensive lineman. He had 11 sacks. I think he was their only double sack um, player. I'm not looking at their stats, but that's what I'm thinking. So those were Those were all the tags. Really not a lot of tags. I don't know how many usually happen in a season, but I don't. I don't feel like that was a lot of tags. I'm just kind of surprised, and I'm going to try to hold off to wait for Kenny to come back to talk about this. Kenny, you're muted somehow. You're like firing on all cylinders over there. Can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Um, I'm really surprised that the Eagles did not decide to franchise tag Saquon Barkley. I'm sorry, not Saquon Barkley. Jesus Christ, Miles Sanders. Are you there yet?
Can you hear me?
It's on your computer. I don't even care at this point. So I get the Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun. What did you do? Did you unplug shit? What did you do? While we're waiting for Kenny, why don't I check in on the Sixers score? What are they doing? Ah, they're up by 22. Embiid has 39. Maxey with 27. Holy shit. So you would notice that my screen name, if you're watching this podcast, that my screen name is Sign Harden. We're gonna get into that a little bit later too, as long as Kenny can fix his microphone.
Hello?
Yay! Rejoice, rejoice.
It's your boy,
Anyway, Kenny,
Rado.
why the fuck did the Eagles not franchise tag Miles Sanders?
Because I don't like this, but I think they're going to try to make a push for Hargrave. And I also think, based off of what Howard said, that they're bringing back Brandon Graham on an $11 million contract. So there's your franchise tag.
You're saying like that money would be allocated to Brandon Graham instead of the franchise tag.
I really do think so. And they're enamored with Gainwell. And dude, you could sign Boston Scott for $2 million. He don't want to go nowhere.
Gainwell can't be your every down back, dude.
I agree 100%. I just think you're gonna have to try to get a veteran.
Okay, so the move then, since they obviously have not done what they have not tagged Miles, I guess then the move is to go with Gainwell and Scott, and then either draft a guy, draft Dijon, or sign a vet free agent for like, I don't know, $5 million.
But I mean, at that point, what's another $5 million?
Well, when you give the quarterback 50, I think those 5 millions might add up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Can we even need to sign Jalen Hurts right now?
I mean, isn't it an even bigger slap in the face if you're like, yo, bro, you've made great strides, you've done great things here, you've taken us to the Super Bowl. We really would like you to play out the last year of your rookie deal and risk injuring yourself and never playing football again. What do you think?
Some would say that the Eagles would be smart.
And some would say that Jalen Hurts would be dumb for saying yes.
I'm just saying
and
it would be.
He's not a dumb man.
No, they're gonna get. I get it.
They're going to
get
sign him. They're going to pay him. Dude, they just gave. So let's talk about this. The contracts that we saw flying around, right? So they gave Carr, what Carr get? 3 years, 125, I think it was.
Oh my God, you're not even close, you poverty bitch.
I'm
4 years,
guessing.
150.
4 years, 150. Okay.
Matt Stafford, 4 years, 160. Prescott, 4 years, 160. Somehow, Daniel Jones, 4 years, 160.
160. Yeah.
And Gino,
Gino,
come over here, Gino, and try the pasta
Gino.
bazool, Gino.
What's up, Gino?
Gino, you're not wearing your Italian horn today. What's the matter? You feeling a little blue?
What's
3
up,
years,
Gino?
105.
3 years, 105, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So the market then is
4 years, 160.
Well, it can't be that. It's got to be more than that.
This says
Right, that's the bottom of the barrel. As far as like a franchise quarterback contract, the bottom of the barrel then is 160, right?
Well,
You would say?
I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, did Prescott sign a 4-year 160, or that's what he's got left?
Oh my God, he has 160 left.
I don't know. I really don't know. I could be totally misspeaking.
Okay, so Mahomes. Let's look at Mahomes, right? Mahomes' AAV was 45 million a year. So he's looking at 10. He got 10 years, 450.
Okay.
All right.
10
So-
years. 10 years. 500 million gets you done.
Oh my God, you're signing him 10 years. You're giving this dude a 10-year contract.
23.
Woo! Holy shit.
Okay. So I used to be like you. Fuck you. When they signed Wentz, I was all like,
So what do you like? Because you don't care, because you can just get out of it if it sucks.
Yeah.
Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Howie has a good track record of getting out of shit deals, and they're not shit deals at the time. You don't think,
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying, like, if that's what it takes, if the market, I mean, is that that's the top end, right? So like maybe they give him 7 years, 350. But should he be getting 50 if Mahomes is 45?
Yeah, but guess what? The Kansas City Chiefs they went to Ollie's and got a discount bargain.
Oh, discount.
We're sharking. Do, baby shark. We're sharking at fucking Wegmans, bro.
All right, so
A pound of Land O'Lakes costs $9.50. I mean, what the fuck?
are we gonna get into inflation chat?
Every time I go to the food store and I get Land O'Lakes cheese, I always say to myself,
Go to BJ's, you dumbass.
this fucker is $5 at BJ's every single time. But is it worth saving the $4.50 to drive to fucking BJ's?
Oh, man.
Once a month we get a pound of cheese, and that will last us about a fucking month.
Listen, man, it depends what else
Unless
you're
the
buying.
pregnant wife wants fucking grilled cheeses.
Depends what else you're buying. Eggs are cheaper there too. Listen, BJ's is worth it. Also, Costco.
I'm not arguing about whether they're worth it or whether they're not.
Is there one near you?
Yeah.
Well, then there's no excuse then.
Yeah, there is.
No.
Yeah.
What's your excuse?
The Costco's a little annoying though, because you got to go through 5 points. Then you got to go through mall, right?
Yeah, Costco locations are rough because there's one in North Wales. Is it North Wales? Is that considered North Wales?
Yeah. Yeah.
North Wales. And there's the other one over in King of Prussia, and that is, forget about it. That's like Armageddon.
The Pottstown one's not bad, but I'm not growing the fucking Pottstown. I'm not gonna go hang out.
Saratoga, Kenny. Be nice.
Oh yeah, it's right. It's in the better area. Less killings per capita over there.
That's Saratoga. That's Saratoga.
The BJ's is by Lansdale Chrysler Jeep, right across the street, like with the Lowe's, the Red Lobster. I know you know where the Red Lobster is. Am I right?
Surf and turf.
That Jiffy
do.
lube. That's
I
been on
do
the
know where that
corner
is.
since
I
like
do.
World War II.
Yep. Anyway, don't buy Land O'Lakes cheese at the grocery store. Also,
some miserable fucking bitch slicing that shit on the smallest setting. So then, like, I gotta rip up 17 slices to get a fucking slice that's even worth the fucking calories. How do you track that? You can't track that. Like, you put in the app, you're like, deli guy can't fucking slice. That's what you write in there. Because I mean, I don't know how many slices I just ate.
American cheese isn't even real cheese.
I know.
Not good. Not good.
I'm honestly getting to the point where I think it's like bottom of the barrel cheese, but like
It is, but it's
something about a cheesesteak with the grease and that melty fucking cheese in my gullet.
eggs is good with cheese too. It just is.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. Like, but see, the thing is, choo choo.
It's too late for that.
I'm a fucking American cheese snob, though. Like, if it's not Land O'Lakes, I'm really not interested.
And it ain't good.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, like the Bagel and Bread House, for example, they don't use Land O'Lakes. They use a very good fucking American cheese, but I don't. I am obsessed with the Land O'Lakes, and also they have a jalapeno cheddar that just fucking absolutely just
Slaps.
dude. Just fucking grade that in my mouth in a sex scene on Seinfeld.
American cheese, you know, I feel like there's two kinds of people in the world. You know, there's the kind that know what kind of American cheese they eat like, and then there's the kind that don't know what the fuck is happening in their life.
Fucking McCann gets Clearfield.
Clearfield is the one with the like little holes in it. It looks like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it's close to being okay, but at the end of the day,
The closest one to Land O'Lakes is New Yorker.
oh my dude, New York. Oh boy, I'm feeling some rumbles below the belt. I love the New Yorker, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, Yorker cheese is good. It's like saltier and thicker.
I've had some cheese in my day.
You know what though? You can get the naturally slender Land O'Lakes, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, it probably tastes like shit." It actually, you can't.
It probably
really
tastes
tell.
the same. It's
You
because
can't
it's all
tell.
the same shit.
It's all processed into fucking nothing.
Yeah, nothing is supposed to be in that shape.
You ever talk to someone and they're like seriously, I have these conversations. They're like, "Yeah, I love American cheese. This is my favorite cheese." And I'm like, "Ooh, woof, ooh." Yeah, you are poverty stricken.
No. The worst is when their favorite cheese is orange. Orange American cheese.
Yeah, first off, if you have the option between orange American or white American, why would you pick orange? You obviously
if you pick orange, you're a fucking Sesame Street character.
One ooh
Like who picks orange American cheese? That's like what the hell?
Get out of my kitchen.
I don't know. I think about how much McDonald's could elevate themselves if they just switched to white American cheese.
How is orange American cheese cheaper? Because it's an extra process, right? Like, is it?
They're adding the dye in there to make it orange.
Yeah, well, whatever they put in. I don't know what it is. It's probably not even dye. It's probably like fucking pus.
It's like pink slime.
Ugh.
All right. So we need to go back.
Nah, this is a food cast. Wait, I have a question, and then we can go back.
Okay.
Is there any cheese that's naturally yellow? Like, is cheddar naturally yellow, or is it dyed? It's probably dyed. There's no way that a cheese could be yellow, right?
I think the better question: any cheese that's natural,
Blue cheese.
is it?
It's mold.
I mean, it's mold cultures.
I want to know the ballsy son of a bitch that saw that and was like,
"Yo, I'm gonna try this on
this
something.
This is probably gonna be pretty good."
Look at that! Fucking By the way, disclaimer: I love blue cheese, and I will eat it on many different things.
Nothing. I mean, I'm not exaggerating this. Not okay. So I've had this conversation. And we'll retool it here. Nothing is better than when you smash a drumstick wing
And get
into
the
that
chunks.
that fucking
Woo!
chunk, and then it's like a fucking thick ass.
Yeah.
love that.
Give me the chunk inside there on the bottom. PJ's is good for this. PJ
Ugh.
Wellhands is good for this.
I hate
They
that
will.
fucking place.
I don't know why. Why?
Because I think the food is overpriced for what you're getting. I really
Okay,
do.
everything's overpriced, Kenny. We're literally talking about paying $10 for a pound of American cheese. So stop it. They fill up that cup, and in the bottom, it's always got chunks of blue cheese
Yeah,
in the
they know what they're
bottom.
doing, man.
And you smash that fucker in there, and you get those chunks, and it is glorious.
So my whole entire premise about blue cheese and ranch, and it's a fair argument. I get it because I like ranch. Don't get me wrong, but the best ranch outweighs any blue cheese, but all other blue cheese outweighs every single ranch. Does that make sense to you?
So you're saying there's one ranch that trumps blue
Like
cheese?
an elite buttermilk ranch from a restaurant that they make, you know what I mean, that they know what they're doing, is better than the best blue cheese you could ever have. It just is. Something about that combination, minus, I guess, the chunks if you want to get technical there. But every blue cheese along the way is better than any other subpar ranch. It's just the way it is.
Right. So knowing that, and I agree, if you know that you are not good at making dressings, you choose blue cheese dressing to make because it will be good.
Yeah, you can't fuck it up. And also, I'll tell you what, Ken, you listening? I know you're dead. Ken, your dressings suck.
Listen,
Okay?
Ken's got the market fucking cornered, dude.
Your fucking ranch is terrible. It's the worst. Comes out lumpy. It's just disgusting.
Lumpy ranch.
You and fucking Newman's Own. Lick these nuts, okay?
Well,
What's the
they're
next
not now. They're not going to sponsor us anymore. I'm going to cross them off the list.
That email went out for nothing.
Damn it. I don't even know where we were. I guess we're kind of circling back to what are the what. So now that we know that the Eagles haven't done the franchise tags, right? You know what are they going to do? You think they're loading up for Hargrave?
I no. Oh no. I hope they're not. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. There is character issues with Hargrave that I feel are very evident, and I don't know if anyone agrees with me. I felt like I kind of had you last time.
Are there character issues with CJGJ?
What character issues?
I'm just asking the question. You give me the answer.
Okay, so if we're talking, if you're talking character issues as far as like, will he Ja Moran it? Maybe. Would he bring a gun to a fucking nightclub in a city that's not allowed to have guns and you can't travel with one? Maybe. Do I think that his culture for playing football is not lazy and he's motivated to play football? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, no,
Hargrave,
he's hardcore. Absolutely agree.
I don't know anything about Hargrave's personal life, and I don't think any of these people are fucking thugs or bad people. I don't fucking know. They're protecting themselves. I would too, but
Oh, I'm not
his-
even talking. I'm not even talking about guns. I'm talking about.
no, I know. I'm getting there. His motor disappeared last season. His motor,
Hargrave. You're talking about.
yeah, his motor disappeared last season. He was non-existent in the playoffs. We've talked about the Super Bowl. You can't rank any of the D guys because they had an unfair advantage, and or disadvantage. And I just don't know what happened from Hargrave in Pittsburgh looking like Hargrave in Philadelphia to Hargrave in Pittsburgh having to sign a prove it, contract in Philadelphia. Something happened. You know what I mean? Along the way there.
So I think if anyone is offering that dude 20 million, he's out.
The
Hargrave.
Bears, right?
Hargrave. If anyone's offering him 20 million, he's gonna be gone.
You can only a team friendly. So I think this team friendly discount bullshit is a little interesting to me. You're talking $2 million at most, unless it's like Tom Brady looking for championships, gonna play for $1 million, right? Because it doesn't matter,
Right.
So yeah, I think he's gone, and I kind of people are probably gonna be mad at me. I know Jake gets pissy at me, but I would be okay if he just walked the fuck out. Like I know he's very good. I get it. Like, but I don't think the motor's there, and I don't think an interior lineman at 30 years old is worth that much money. I just don't.
It's hard to say because like with the interior linemen, like a lot of them have their best years like in that range, like 30, 32 range, right?
So
Like
what, you
it's
think you sign him to a 3-year, $60 million contract, you get pretty good return at that point.
I do.
Okay, but that's still $20 million.
I know, and I don't know if they'll do it, but honestly, it depends on Cox and Graham. It really
Cox
does.
is gone. I think the writing is on the wall as far as writing on the wall could be.
Okay.
I think he's gone. Graham's probably coming back. What the fuck? Am I
Got
stroking?
some linebacker decisions to make. We talked about this a little bit already last week, but
I think TJ Edwards is guaranteed. I think Kaiser White walks. Dean jumps in. I think they get Marcus Epps back. I think another year of him learning and growing will be good. I think he's a really good safety. I won't say
this
great.
kind of like draws me toward like something else that happened. We're going like long as fuck on the Eagles right now, but that's okay.
Yeah, who cares?
We talked for 10 minutes about American cheese. The WIP midday show put out a Hugh Douglas and Joe Giglio.
Can we stop? Seriously, can we stop?
Well, it has to like here's the formula. It has to be like WIP's formula is must have an Eagle player and then somebody else.
Some cuck.
That's the formula. That's it. Those are the requirements. So unfortunately, we will never be there because we are not NFL players. But so they put out a poll and they did like a bracket, which I actually thought was a cool idea. They did a free agency bracket, but some of the fucking voting in there
it was bad,
out of bounds.
Yeah, you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, quick, like because
yes, sir.
it was out of bounds. By the way, no Harden tonight on the third game of a road trip on a back-to-back. No Harden. Sixers win it by 23.
Listen, we're gonna jump back to what we need to jump back into, but they are
Sixers were 3-point dogs in that game. They won by 23
against the Timberwolves.
3-point dogs.
Is it because it was like the third game in like what 4 nights?
Well, and they played on a back-to-back.
Yeah, and they did exhaust a lot yesterday to get that win.
And Embiid just dropped 39.
Yeah. Oh, and I do want to say this on the podcast. I can't find this. Why can't I find this? Oh, here it is. All right, I'll say my take and then we'll get into this. I don't want Derrick Henry. Okay. Now, we will go back to that too. Okay.
No, Derrick Henry probably forgets his name by now.
He's not the right running back. He's a downhill running back. We need a guy that can run out left and right.
Yeah, but that's what everybody got mad at Miles Sanders for. So if that's what you want, why don't you just keep Miles Sanders? Everybody's like, "Oh, Kenny Gainwell is so much better. He hits the hole and he just goes. He's the north-south running back." Okay, well, fucking Miles Sanders is the kind of guy that is jumpy and looks for the hole. So
Isaac Samalalu,
Sayamalu,
whatever. Fuck him. He's gone. Versus Miles Sanders. Like, who would you keep? And Isaac is 78%. Sanders is 22%.
That's wild. First of all, and they didn't really say if it was based on dollars or if just like what you want.
I think it's just what you want.
And I don't know how people could pick Sayamalu over Sanders. That's insane to me.
I agree. TJ Edwards versus Fletcher Cox. TJ Edwards absolutely smoked him, 81% to 19. Brandon Graham versus Boston Scott. Graham smoked him 84-16. But I like
that's a bad matchup.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But and then this next one's an absolute fucking joke. Bradbury versus Linval Joseph.
Dude's been here for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. So That was Bradbury, 94%. Now, this one was interesting. Marcus Epps versus Kaiser White, 8-9 matchup. You have Epps at 69%, White at 31%.
Yeah, I'm Epps there.
Oh, 100%. And this one, CJGJ versus Zach Pascal. CJGJ, 97%.
That's not even fair.
That's what I mean. And then this is the one that, I mean, I voted the other way. This is Dillard versus Hargrave, 3 versus 14, Hargrave at 94. I voted for Dillard because I like to have a guy on the line that can come in and fucking play for cheap.
Is he cheap though?
What team looks at him and goes, "Oh, we're going to give you a lot of money"? Like he's going to get an average, modest contract. The Eagles know what they got with him. I like him. I don't think he's gotten a chance to shine.
I mean, he's never been bad. I can't really say that.
His first year, but I mean, like, who isn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the first year. You can excuse that.
And then
I don't know. The one that jumped out to me was the Sanders one. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then it's Kelsey versus Sue, which obviously I don't need to read that. Although
No.
I do, because 3% of people said Sue.
Yeah, how like those must be Cowboys fans.
Yeah, you're not wrong, dude.
You know? So, all right. I mean, we can put the Eagles to rest for a week, I think, at this point. They have some decisions to make. Kenny really wants them to sign another tight end because he feels like they need that for some reason. I don't really know why.
The 2 tight end sets. They've worked out for us, dude. We don't have
You don't need it.
bro.
Dude, stop. When's the last time that the Eagles had 2 wide receivers, let alone 1?
What do you mean?
So why do we need to do 2 tight end sets? Because we had fucking some douche out on the end catching passes.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but you need a fucking tight end that can do to catch a fucking 5-yard out on 3rd and fucking 4. We don't have that.
Why can't Goddard do that?
If he's double covered, if he's stuck in the middle with the linebacker and his fucking nickel on him.
If they're doubling him, then you go to Brown on the slant.
I hear you. I just think having a I don't know, maybe
they might draft they might draft a guy like in like the 6th round or something.
I mean, you know who else is like an interesting name is Cataracts.
He had a couple nice plays for them. If you think about it, like when he was actually getting some time out there on the field, he had a couple nice plays. He did.
If you could morph Stoll
and Cataracts together.
It's like the perfect tight end backup. It really is. You got a guy.
It's funny that you call him Cataracts because like it makes me literally forget his real name.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, Calculaire.
It's like Calcaterra or something.
Yeah, it's Cataracts now, bitch. Welcome to the pod.
Cataracts.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think, I think you're gonna get mad at me. I think Dalton Schultz is going to be a fucking steal for whoever gets him. The Eagles can't get him. They can't afford him. I'm not even looking at that. Like, I put that signing at the Eagles at 0%, but whoever does get him is getting a steal. He's a fucking good tight end. I don't care if he's a Cowboy or was a Cowboy or what his fucking mama's fucking name is. I know a good player when I see one.
I agree. I like him a lot. I like him a lot, actually.
And also to fill your linebacker situation, Eric Kendricks got cut.
There's a couple linebackers
you
floating
could
around.
Sign him. I mean, I'd take him over White. I mean, I think anyone would. And I don't even and it's funny to me, like White didn't have a poor year. Like,
no,
I would argue that he had a pretty good year, but like when he was bad, he was bad.
So one of the things that they're going to have to deal with, and I think that this is another reason why, and we're going to move on after this, but one of the reasons why I think the defense this team is going to be going through some shit this year, and it's mostly going to be on defense. And not only because of the personnel, but because of the coaching style change. This dude needs athletic linebackers. It's what his scheme is. I've seen a lot of highlights from that Chicago year. He uses the linebackers and they like aggressively
athletic.
And
the other thing, 2 things we got to touch on, I think. The firing of the defense. Well, he didn't get fired. He was allowed to go look. But the defensive back coach, little fishy to me. I don't get it.
Why?
I mean, basically what I read was that Howie and Jeffrey wanted the Eagles to promote him to the DC coordinator. And Nick wanted the guy that they ended up with from the Seattle.
So you're
And
telling me that after years of not letting coaches do that, they let Sirianni single-handedly decide that?
I don't think, yeah, I mean, but I don't think it was like this, like, if it's not, you know what I mean? If it's not this guy, but like, I think it was like, well, we like that guy, but we would like to reward the guy from the inside. And I think it was,
Why they tell him to go pound sand then?
I guess Sirianni. I mean, they let Sirianni have the final decision. It is his coaching staff, so I'm not like against it. I just think it's interesting and the way that kind of shook out. And I'm sure there'll be, he's with the Ravens now, so I'm sure he'll be pretty fucking good there because that always happens. And I bet you something will come out. I don't know when, but something will come out, and it will be something along the lines of like, some bullshit. The culture, I mean, like he'll sit there and throw some fucking jabs at the Eagles.
Probably.
Anyway, enough of that guy. Jason was basically telling me that there's no way they could move Slay. By the way,
Why?
let me see. And then this is it, and then we can definitely fucking move on from here.
Is an hour enough on the Eagles?
Well, I only show 29 minutes, so
Oh, great. More editing from Dave.
it's $21.5 million, right?
Okay.
And he said, I looked at this early on in the playoffs. Slay is going to be here. Bradbury won't, and it will still leave you a very cap strap. If they're smart, they'd sign CJ GJ for 6 years, let everyone else hit the market, bring back the players that didn't get what they expected to get, and front load Jalen's contract. Jay's nutty, but he has a pulse, bro. He does know his shit. $65 million this year, $30 million for the following 5 years.
What?
For Hurts.
I mean, that's 65 sounds egregious to me.
I know. And then he said trade back in the draft, acquire more picks, fill the team with young talent. That's what the Chiefs did. You're not going to compete this year, but next year and beyond, you have a good shot. And he said,
What was his point? What was his point though in keeping Slay?
he's a huge dead cap number. Trading him fucks you up more than keeping him. It can pick up steam all at once. It's not a viable option. You don't actually save any money by trading him. You're just down a player. So he's not wrong in that sense. Like when you think about it, you need someone to take the whole dead cap hit. And who is taking that for a 33-year-old corner? No one. And even at $11.5 million cap hit, it's a lot to stomach for. And listen, we're not saying Slay's not good. Like, I mean, I still think he's very fucking good. But if you could move him, you would, right? To free up anything. I think they restructure him, and I think they restructure Lane Johnson and get a little bit more wiggle room. Not much, but a couple million. And we ride out Slay's whole contract. It's only a year left, and it's gone.
But I think Slay's already been restructured though once.
What, you can only restructure once?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Okay.
saying, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think that if they move him, the only reason why I'm thinking that they would try to move him is because he's on the last year of his deal, and if they're not going to move him, then what they should do is extend him, because having him here on the dead lame year of his contract, playing in a transition year for a defense that is new and changing, in my opinion, if you're not planning on keeping him long term as a cornerstone, then he needs to be out of there.
I agree.
And that's where I'm at on it. I love him as a player. I love him as a guy. But if
I love his wife.
if I'm if I'm trying to build a defense long term on a new D coordinator moving forward, and one of my cornerstone pieces, a cornerback, is going to be gone, and I'm going to have to scramble to fill.
But you sign him.
That's brutal.
If you sign him to a 3-year deal, he's 37, bro.
No, I'm extending him. I'm extending him too.
Okay.
Is what I'm doing.
All right.
So that puts him out. He's 32
30.
right now, so that means you
Well,
put
he'll
him
be
out to
33 this
35.
year.
He'll be 33.
Yeah, he's my age.
Yeah, he's 32 in 73 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's
So at the end of that contract, he would be 35, right?
5. Yes.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, and that's what I would do. If that's not cool with him, if he's not into a 3-year deal, then I'm looking for trades, to be honest. I'm not, and you know what? I don't know. You could probably package a pick with him and try to even get more fucking draft capital out of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear the cap hit. I do. But at the same time, part of his argument was that they're not going to be quote unquote competitive necessarily this upcoming year. So that's fine. Then you take that cap hit for 1 year. You're not going to be that competitive, or at least you're going into it with that mindset. And then you set your defense up for the future.
Yeah,
I don't know.
really
It's something to think about. I don't know.
development. It's
There's a
hard.
lot. There's a lot of moving pieces, and we don't know. We don't know what they're thinking on all the other pieces. So, like, thinking about
nothing.
that piece, thinking about that one piece is really, really difficult. But if they gave
it
Hurts
is a-
$65 million, I will I'll fall on the floor.
It is a very important position for them to try to figure out.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Who's that?
Eric Decker's wife.
Um,
All right, let's go Sixers, baby. Let's do it.
Sixers need to supermax James Harden.
Oh, super. What?
The Sixers need to build their nucleus around James Harden, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey. That's what they need to do.
Say it again.
The Sixers need to build around Embiid, Maxey, and Harden.
Well, the problem is
Harden is one of the greatest passers in the NBA right now.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not mad that you said what you said. I'm more mad that I gotta look at fucking Tobias Harris's fucking contract. When's that?
Yeah,
fucking guy
and that's
done?
it. This is it. This is his last year.
Right now?
Well, basically, he's got 1 year left, but he ain't gonna be here.
You sure?
Yeah, next year is his last season under contract. So they're going to move him in the offseason. There's almost no doubt in my mind.
What a mistake that signing was, huh?
It's hard to say.
A 5-year, $180 million contract, bro.
I mean, it sounds really ridiculous when you say it like out loud like that. I hear you. He's got
terrible.
a max. He's on the decline, and I think that's part of the problem.
The thing with him is, and this is what I've been bitching and moaning about this fucking guy is that he can never just take over for one fucking game. Has he ever? Like, have you ever looked at the stat line and been like, oh shit, Tobias Harris dropped 35, 11, and 4 assists or whatever the stat line needs to be. But have you ever seen that? I haven't. What I have seen more often than not is 4 fucking points in 32 fucking minutes.
It does
pisses me
happen.
off.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. There's nothing I can really say about it. And for a guy with his size, his rebound numbers are pretty weak.
He's just not. I told you this when they signed him. He's a journeyman, right? There's a reason he's played on 7 teams in fucking 3 years or whatever the fucking number was.
The bottom line is without Harden. So here's the thing.
You're right. You gotta sign him.
I think that the Sixers are going to the finals this year. I think that,
bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, like straight up, man to man, friend to friend. If they go to the finals and lose the finals, I'm not gonna be okay.
I hear you, man.
Like, my therapist thinks I'm a shit show right now. She is not ready.
I read somebody tweeted the other day. They were like, you should never let a sports team affect your mental health.
Yeah, I also shouldn't let my wife affect my mental health, but here we fucking are, right? So, like,
dude,
fuck out of here.
So I think that I really truly think that they're going to be in the finals. I watched the way that when they lose. Okay, You're making faces. Who's better than them?
No, I'm making faces because I can't handle the heart break.
Okay, and that's fine. And I think that there's gonna be a lot of people in that camp, and I totally understand. And I'm not all in. I don't have all my eggs in the
I think
emotions.
Cleveland's pretty good though.
They
I think
are.
and like we talked about, Boston can give you a problem because they can just drain threes all fucking game.
They
And
can shoot.
as it's been shown with Glenn, the Sixers don't know what to do when someone shoots a three. They're
All
like,
right, all right. So hold on. Now that you're on this subject, all right. So the thing for me is the only teams, the teams that seem to be the Achilles heel of the Sixers lately, have been the teams that can shoot the lights out. And to me, in a 7-game series, in order to rely on the
we've
three
done this.
ball,
We've
uh,
done this.
I'm just saying, man.
We've done this, and every time we're like, "There's no way that so and so could carry this fucking load for fucking 7 straight games." And then guess what that player does?
All right. Well, guess what
Carries the load.
guess what the Sixers are ranked in the league on 3-pointer percentage against.
Yeah, you were telling me it's not as bad as we think it is, right?
No, it's not.
8.
Until the other day, they were 5th in the league, 3-pointer percentage against. And after the game the other night where they were just drilling threes on them, they dropped down to 8th. So my point in this is that the Sixers are not as bad against the three as we all think. Last year they were 3rd in the league against the three.
Yeah, but you know that when it happens, right?
I know there's like feel and there's like roll, and I get it. Like the Celtics shot like fucking 58% from 3 or something the other night. So I get it. But on the whole, that those stats don't lie. And I feel like the way that Embiid is playing, the way that Harden is playing, they're gelling right now. Fuck Toby. Keep him on the side then. If he's not healthy, if he's not good, then don't put him in the starting lineup, dude.
Can they do that though?
Give me McDaniels. If he's not ready, I'm saying. If he's healthy, he's gonna play.
Do we think that the Sixers will fuck around with this McDaniels and not give him a small little contract to keep him around for a couple of years? Because, like, when he starts, he seems like he does pretty good. He's not a great bench player. He's
a good young dude. I mean, he's decent.
Yeah.
He's got good size, but he's not like big. He's not thick. You know what I mean? He's like kind of slim, but he's got good height. He's got good size. That's where Toby is better than him. Toby can man up on dudes better than him. But at the end of the day, you have to decide. It's tough, man. They're in a tough spot. They have to decide. They're always here. They're always picking defense or offense. That's always what happens to them. Always. Like,
or picking a head coach, and
PJ has been playing lights out defense.
Can't shoot a lick.
It doesn't matter.
I get it. You can have.
It's gonna hinge on here. It's gonna hinge on this, dude. It's gonna hinge on Toby and Maxey. If Toby and Maxey show up in the playoffs, this team's gonna fucking grip the entire city by the nutsack and take them for a ride. And I'm really thinking that they're gonna go to the finals. At least the Eastern Conference Finals.
They're just fucking annoying, bro.
And I think they're gonna catch Boston in the standings.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, I think that's closer than we think it is.
Yeah, actually, it's tightened up over the past couple of days because Boston's been shitting themselves. Check it out real quick. So right now, the Sixers are 1 game back in the loss column, behind Boston. 2 games back in the win column, and they're 4 games back in the win column from Milwaukee. So if you're looking at a 2 seed, I mean, if you're looking at a 2 seed, then you're not seeing, you're not going to see Boston. So, and I think they match up well against Milwaukee. I really do. Like, dude, Embiid can play against Giannis, man. He can. So, I'm just saying, they need to sign Harden. If something happens and Harden leaves, I firmly believe that they are going to blow up the Sixers. Because think about it. Who else can come in?
No one.
You know, like Maxi's not ready for that role.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting, situation. I honestly think when you're looking at it as a whole, if they don't do what they need to do, it's time. It's time. We've been riding this carousel for.
But what's time?
I think it got everyone.
So my only problem with that is that if we truly believe that the issue is Doc, why do you push the eject button on everybody if we can change that position?
Because Josh Harris is worried about the Devils and the fucking Commanders.
I don't think he's worried about the Devils.
Yeah, they look good, huh?
Fuck, I mean, Boston. Holy shit. I told you I watched the other day I watched the Avalanche.
They look bad. Do they look bad, or is just the West so good?
Dallas was, I mean, you want to talk about buzzing? Dallas
Bro,
was
this Dallas. Dallas is Dallas. Every team from Dallas is Dallas. They have good teams, and then they
I hear you.
buzz, and then they don't do anything.
I hear you, but I've never been jealous of anything from Dallas. But when I watched that game, it just made me sad. Like the fans were so into it. It made me miss hockey. Speaking of,
I
how
gotta
the
tell you, I think hockey is getting towards a point of irreparable.
irreparable. So, how do you have a season ticket holder event, and
Expect him to get booed off the fucking stage. That
not
fucking pussy.
not expect people to boo when they see that douche's face, and then to have the balls
Steve Coates, he's
Steve
1,000
Coates.
years old.
to say, hey, don't ruin it for everybody else, bro. It's too late.
Yeah, and what are we like? What answer is he gonna give us that we haven't already heard 1,000,005 times?
Don't say anything. You don't
I
say
took-
anything.
I took 17 calls on JVR. I didn't like one of them. Oh, I did like one of them, but it hinged on another trade, and that team didn't make it. And I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't believe that guy still has a job.
I can.
I can't believe that Steve Coates stood on that stage and told people not to boo. I can't believe that the
Tony
Flyers.
D'Angelo defended Chuck Fletcher in this vicious tweet battle between Flyers Nation.
Wait, I thought he came out and said no, I didn't.
Pussy. I don't give a fuck. And then today there's a scrum at the fucking at the net, and he ran full speed and speared the shit out of Corey Perry's nuts. Like, this team is so fundamentally and like dysfunctional as shit. Now teams across the league are canceling their Pride jersey night because of fucking Provorov. They don't want to put their players in a position to make a decision.
Are they players that have Russian players? Are they teams that have Russian players?
Listen, it's not funny, but like all I think about constantly about that fuck. And for those that you don't know, Provorov refused to wear the warm up jersey because it had a fucking rainbow on it. And like the only thing I think about is him being like, "They'll kill me."
You guys, no, they will
They're
literally put
here
a
in the
bullet
building.
in my brain. I don't
I
know.
don't know, man.
It's so
Suck and fuck who you want is how I live my life. Suck and fuck who you want.
That's where I'm at. I don't care, man.
Yeah,
I
don't
really
give a
don't care.
Fuck. You
Go
want to
do-
suck and fuck 50 dudes at one time? Power to you.
Go do you, man.
I might watch. See how it's interesting.
Do you see the how in the feels people are about this whole pitch clock, dude? But you lost it. You kind of you cracked yourself up thinking about watching.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ! I just said that on fucking.
I'll put that on Instagram. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. That's my fear. Listen,
I'll tag you in it.
the pitch clock. I was team pitch clock, but now I'm team confused.
That's because it's a bad rule, Kenny.
They need to standardize on the rule, and the umpires need to follow the standardization.
I was arguing with a guy today who said that there's no gray area. The batter just needs to be what's the verbiage? It's so stupid.
That's not even worth it. It's the dumbest argument ever. Listen, if you take a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to the fucking helmet, you got 20 seconds to get back into the box. There's a strike. Like, what if his brain is
15 seconds.
It's 20 if there's a runner on base.
Yeah. Well, if you get hit, you don't have any time because then you just go to the bag. But
it's true. I didn't think about that. Okay, sweet chin music right across your fucking chin doesn't graze you, but you're supposed to just be ready to go.
Let me just. How in the world can you make an argument that that there's no gray area in this sentence? Umpires will judge a quick pitch as one delivered before the batter is reasonably set in the batter's box.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to argue.
Can you inject any more gray area into this? Dude, there's guys literally standing in the box, and they're literally standing in the box. The umpire's not behind the catcher. The catcher's looking down at the dirt, and the pitcher's barely stepping up on the rubber, and they call him for an automatic strike.
They have 7 seconds.
That's a joke, dude. I'm sorry. It's a fucking joke.
7 seconds to and I don't know, man. It's too much gray for my liking.
They just need to make it 20 seconds all around and just be done with it.
I would argue 25.
The 20-second clock feels completely fine. When the guy is on base, the 20 seconds feels totally natural. You don't even notice the clock.
20-25, right?
I would be fine with 20 all around, to be honest. Like, it feels totally natural at 20.
What happens if
the other problem though is going to be the pickoff situation? Like, that is going to cause problems.
So what happens? They pick it off and then the clock resets?
A pickoff, yeah, a piss off is considered a disengagement, and you only get 2 disengagements per at bat. This is the other thing. They created so many more fucking rules.
And the base is already the size of a fucking pizza box.
The base is the size of a fucking large pizza.
I hate the base. Like, if there's a rule I fucking hate, it's the bases. Y'all already, you know how hard it is to throw someone the fuck out. Now it's like Ricky Henderson's record's in danger.
I was arguing with someone the other day about this. Like, I said this rule is dumb. Someone is going to steal 80 bags.
Yeah, they said,
and they're like, no, you're ridiculous. The last time, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, exactly, dumbass. Look at what they've done.
Dumbass.
Not only have they made the distance smaller to get a base, but they've also limited the amount of times a pitcher can even check that you're not going to go.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
I want to talk about Rhys Hoskins' defensive player of the year in spring training.
It's probably going to be the greatest play of his season.
Now, if he just would have made that in the World Series, they probably win that game. Just saying.
Oh, it was on the other side. So
it was a tough play. I get it, but you got to make it.
You got to make
I'm
it.
hoping not to hate him as much this year.
Is that your Phillies resolution to not hate Rhys Hoskins as much?
Yep.
What do you think about the World Baseball Classic?
I might dibble dabble.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
What happens if someone gets hurt?
Okay, so this is where I'm going. Like,
do we have anyone?
Yes, we have. Yes.
Who?
JT.
Oh no.
Yeah, Trey Turner.
Wow, that's a position you don't really get hurt in.
Okay, but like we have JT playing, and I guess now that I'm thinking about it, how many games are they actually going to play? I don't know. It's probably not that many. So, like, is he really going to play more innings behind the plate than he would have in spring training? Probably not. You know,
and he'll probably get a rest when he comes back too.
Right. So, like, really, you just have to hope that no one gets injured in some weird fucking play. You know. But I think it's cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. And the United States has a stacked squad, man.
Who beats them?
They got the Dominican squad is like
Gene Segura.
All right, hold on. I'll look him up because the squads are nasty. World Baseball Classic roster. So for
Bro, there's a
team,
lot of games.
that's pool play. So it's like, I know that you're not familiar with the Olympics, so I'll fill you in. It's like the World Cup. So like they do pool play, and then the top two out of the pool make it to the next round, and then they go knockout. So the starting, like the offense or the American team is like nasty. They have Real Muto. They
I'm
have
proud to be an American.
their
Where
pitcher.
at least I know I'm free.
The pitchers are probably the most sus.
Why I thought Adam Wainwright retired.
Well, he maybe did.
He's just pitching for fucking shits and gigs.
Maybe he's 6'7". Holy shit, I didn't realize that.
Big boy.
You know, you got Goldschmidt, you got Arenado, Pete
Look at that.
Alonso, Trey
Even the second
Turner,
baseman is like, who the fuck is that guy? But I know he's good. McNeil.
yeah.
So
Mookie. You got Schwarber. Oh, Schwarber's another one. Trout. Who else? Doesn't McNeil play outfield? Anyway. Yeah, they have a pretty stacked squad, but I remember I think it was the Dominican squad that was like
is
scary.
Ortiz coming out of retirement?
I don't think so. They got Hector Neris on there. Let's see. It's hard to tell because they don't show. They got Machado, Pena, Segura, Cano, Devers,
That's a single.
Jimenez, Soto, Nelson Cruz. Like,
he's still in the league. Holy shit!
I mean, he's playing in this. I don't think you need to be in the league to play this. You know,
You don't.
Yeah. So like, oh, Marte. They got Marte. Like they got Franco. They have a pretty stacked squad. So it's gonna be interesting. So have you seen the schedule?
I just looked at it.
How
long are we on this podcast right now?
I don't know, an hour and 20.
Oh man,
you're not one to usually worry about the time, Kenny.
I am tonight. I'm sleepy.
Oh, so I think that the American squad is playing in, where are they? Are they in Miami, or would that
Arizona.
make too much sense? They're in Phoenix.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck is on the Great Britain team? Like, I can't name one. Like the American team should win that game. Can I bet this?
Oh yeah, probably. But the American team's probably going to be like -10.
I might put $1,000 on it.
The money line?
And you could hedge it.
You mean like the money line?
I don't know. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see if I can fucking get it. Oh, you can. Fuck my dick.
Woo! So Saturday night, baby, 9:00. We got the United States and Great Britain.
Second best odds to win it, by the way.
United States?
Yeah.
Yeah, behind who? Dominican, right?
Yeah, but it's plus 230, plus 250, and then Japan plus 270, and then it gets into trips.
Yeah, well, they got Otani, so he's just gonna hit like 3 homers a day.
You can't bet spread, I don't think, until it opens back up. But
yeah, you can, as it gets closer to the game, you might be able to bet. You might be able to bet spread.
Cuba's a minus 184 versus the Netherlands.
So the United States has 4. They each play 4 games. They're going to play Great Britain, then they play Mexico, then they play Canada.
3-0, baby.
Then they have a day off, and then they play Colombia.
Who?
Colombia.
They might be fucking 4-0.
I mean, if they're not 4-0, something's wrong. This is like dream team status right here. Didn't lose to any of these teams, honestly. It's offensive if they lose any of those games, right?
It really is.
I mean, You know, like this is like 90s dream team situation right here.
Hey, can people
Like
just
I want
not-
plastic cups. I want plastic cups with these guys on them.
Can we stop worrying about Painter?
He's 19. Everybody.
Why not?
Okay,
Fucking
there's
chill.
another one. My God, people get so mad at me. I'm like, guys, he doesn't need to be in the rotation. He's 19 years old.
If
Like,
I have to watch Falter and his fucking 91 fastball.
why is everyone in such a hurry to rush this dude into the rotation? He's
This is-
19.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Like, let the kid fucking figure it out. He's never even thrown a ball in AAA yet. I'm not saying you have to be in AAA, but you know, like, I that's the other thing. Get people like, well, AAA is not even as competitive as AA if you watch baseball. Like, fuck you,
off.
dude. I fucking watch baseball, you asshole.
You fucking cunt.
Don't go there.
Don't
Just call
go
me
there.
fat. Call me fat. Don't say I don't watch baseball.
All right,
Anyway,
end this shit.
it's time to end it. So listen, we'll be back again next week, I think. By then, the United States baseball team should be 3-0, and Kenny should be up $3,000 by then. And
I hope.
we'll be back
Oh,
and we'll
full
talk.
out brawl in Tampa Bay, Philly, and D'Angelo got beat up by 5 Lightning players.
No.
Yeah,
All right, you gotta tweet that from the pod handle.
I fucking hate D'Angelo.
Tweet that from the pod handle.
Yep,
All
got
right.
it.
Thanks guys. So listen, share us, like us. This is obviously probably the lull season of things, but we are here and we're going to talk about American cheese every week. So if you like cheese.
It makes no sense.
Also, can we stop crashing trains? Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Oh my God, Garrett Stubbs is playing for Israel.
Is he starting?
Yeah, I would think. Not many of them running around.
Stop crashing freight trains. It's weird.
Well, it's just the government's distracting you from 9/11 files being leaked.
The J6ers.
This
That logo was ridiculous, man.
did. I mean, it literally took 5 minutes for them to come up with that shit.
Ridiculous. All right. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Take it easy.
Peace.
Bye.